today we will be talking about my journey of suffering from acne and how I recovered from it, and also a little quarantine get ready with me makeup look. And this is the final result. If you guys want to continue to see how I recovered from acne and how I did the makeup look, keep watching. And also I will make a video next time about why I dyed my hair blonde. You guys might not see it in this clip, but you guys will see it in the next couple clips. And there is a story behind why I dyed my hair blonde. But so if you guys still haven't subscribed, subscribe now. And if you guys haven't, give that button a like, hit that like button and hit that notification bell. And yeah, let's get started. If you guys have followed me on my journey from November 2012, you guys know that I did not show my face yet back then, until later on. I was probably a kid, like, of course I was a kid. It was like I was probably 10 years old. So it's been 8 years, and honestly, back then I did suffer from acne as well. Before I start the whole story, there is nothing wrong with having acne. Everyone gets it. Everyone, when you turn into a teenager or hit your puberty, you will get acne. It's not a problem. You can recover by different ways depending on your skin. But in this story that I will tell you guys, with me, I went through a lot of stages. So right now I still do suffer from acne, but not as crazily as back then. I only suffer from acne if I'm on my cycle or it pops up sometimes, and it has made a huge impact in my life. If I find a picture of back then, I will put it on the screen somewhere, then you guys can compare. If you guys are new to the channel, hi, I suffer from acne from probably 5th grade or 4th grade. Up till now, I am a senior in my high school year. I am class of 2020, sadly. To all those of class of 2020, it's okay. We did all the best we can, but during this pandemic, we can't really do much now. And it's really sad that we had to end our senior year like this. But hopefully our year of class 2024 will be fine and better. So starting with this, I am going to start with my foundation. Firstly, you guys should moisturize and all first before putting on makeup, just so your face can have some moisture in the face. I am using my BT and BTS collab foundation. I've used this for a while already, and it's honestly a good foundation because it has SPF 50 in it also, and I suggest that because when you guys go out, you guys don't want the sun to be on you all the time, if that makes sense. So let's start back around 4th, 5th grade. I was probably 10, I was like 10 years old, I think, if I can remember. If I don't, then yeah, it's fine. I was around like 4th, 5th grade. I think I didn't really notice much because when you're a kid, you don't really care about your face, your skin, your beauty, because you're just a kid. You don't really mind being like how kids are now. I see kids with makeup on now. I see kids like acting like they're 18, but back then it wasn't as crazy when it comes to beauty. Probably there was like a 15% in my school of kids that had makeup on when they were young. With me, I hit puberty around 5th grade, I think, which was, I guess, pretty early. And to me, my mom did teach me about having acne and like all what girls needs to know, and it was honestly something that I kept in mind. So when I had my first pimple, I think it was on my forehead, because that's where the majority of my pimples were, and it was like something that I didn't really care about, but it started to annoy me a little bit because people started to make fun of me back then. Not all, but some people in like different classes, they would make fun of me, saying, like, call me a pimple face and all, when I had like one pimple up there, and it did impact me a lot. But like I said, kids don't really care much about beauty, so I didn't really care back then. But slowly, fast forward to around 6th grade, that's when it got worse. I had pimples all over, like on my T-zone. I started to have pimples around my face. Like, I remember I had one like right here, or right on the above your lips, and that's like the worst spot, because when you're talking, people will stare at you. So honestly, 6th grade, that's when I started to care more about my beauty standards, which I'm saying this right now, everyone is beautiful the way they are, and honestly, just be you. Pimples are not a problem. I know it's a problem when you have something special and you have to be like looking good and all, and you don't want the pimple on your face to ruin everything for you. So if you have pimples, please don't think it's a bad thing. It might look like a bad thing because everyone right now don't want pimples on their face, but having pimples is a natural thing in a human body, I guess, that's, if that makes sense. And honestly, I used to be the same as a lot of people now. I always worry about, oh, people will like call me ugly, when, and like right now, looking back, I realized like a lot of people get pimple. I remember a couple of my friends had pimples, and we all complain about it. And honestly, I guess is what beauty standards is now. And what I'm saying is, like, if you have pimples, you should find ways to get rid of it if you want. I've looked on YouTube a lot back then, ways to get rid of a pimple, and honestly, a lot of them seem ridiculous. A lot of them didn't really work, and honestly, I think you just let it go away naturally, because natural is more better than now with the whole chemicals on your face and all, because having too much chemical on your face is not really good. I wore makeup around 6th grade, and I started covering my pimples a lot, or well, I didn't really cover them. I did bold eyeshadow looks with my first makeup, which was I think a L'Oreal purple eyeshadow compact, and honestly, it did take away the attention from people, but looking back now, it was kind of stupid because I did not know how to do makeup back then yet, until around 7th grade, mid 6th grade or 7th grade. I started wearing makeup more in 7th grade, and honestly, I think with makeup, it does how can I say this? With makeup, it does ruin your skin a bit more, and you will break out more if you put makeup on and try to cover it. I mean, you can, but just know like you'll break out when you put makeup on, and you should really not when you don't need makeup. And I learned that from my friends back then. I had this one friend who had a pimple and she literally enhanced it. Not enhanced. I don't know what I'm saying. She embraced it. She embraced her pimple, and she went to school. She didn't really care what people said about her pimple. She literally was like going to school looking beautiful still. And of course girls get jealous of other girls, which I totally understand because I've been there. And it is not really an issue, but you should love yourself the way you are. And everyone's different. Everyone has different skins. Some people might be lucky and have skins that don't really get pimples as much, and it's not a problem. So fast forward up to 8th grade, my parents decided that we should go to a doctor to check on any medicine, ointment that I can put for my pimples. And there was. So that is one way you can get rid of pimples, is going to the doctors and see if they have an ointment prescription for you to just put on your pimple and just let it recover throughout your years. You won't notice a change because you might be busy with things. I didn't notice a change at first when I had the ointment, and I think that's because I remember I always wore makeup. So at that point I was like, there is no way this will work. There is no way that they will go away this quickly. So I think at that point I kind of gave up, and I knew that I will probably have pimples forever in my life. And now looking back again, I realized that my pimples weren't as major as other some people get pimples all over their faces. And yeah, like I said, everyone's different. Everyone's skin is different. If you guys want me to do a skincare routine, comment down below and I will make a separate video for that. And also, you are beautiful the way you are, like I said one more time. And honestly, kids now, I see some kids have pimples more now than back then, because I think a lot of kids wear makeup now, which I don't really understand why, because you are beautiful the way you are even without makeup. And a lot of people just think beauty standards is all about looking beautiful with makeup, and that's the social ideal now, and I don't think it's really healthy, because what social ideal is like what society wants and what's society's beauty standards, like ideal beauty standards for society. And it's kind of dumb, because everyone's beautiful the way they are. Like, you don't need makeup. If you don't need makeup, then you're lucky. If you think you need makeup, you honestly don't really need makeup because you are beautiful the way you are. So honestly, when I was the only one in my family that suffered from pimples the most, and I see a lot of my family members basically go do facials and all, while I just went to the doctors, do what I had to do, put ointment on twice a day, and did it work? It honestly did. I at first used this ointment that basically I guess like peel off the dead skin, and that one worked very effectively, but then later on I was not able to use that anymore, and so I changed to a different ointment, which is a slower type of process. I'm sorry, I need a mirror, guys. Which was a longer process, and was it worth the wait? I'll be honest, yes, it was, because I was able to clear off all the pimples that I have. If you guys hear like screaming outside, I apologize for that. But also social distancing, guys. Social distancing, because the world right now is not normal. So back to what I was saying. Around, I think my pimple situation cleared up more around high school. Started high school in 2016. 9th grade year, I still had pimples. It was mainly on the forehead, and it was mainly because of stress. If you guys don't know, or if you guys haven't followed me since my channel opened, I did suffer from major depression. I suffered from anxiety, and I recovered from the depression. I recovered from the depression a little bit around March 5th. That's when I started dating my boyfriend right now. My current boyfriend, we've been together for about 2 years now, and honestly, after all that, I recovered from depression a little bit. I still get depression sometimes, but honestly, I think that had kind of like lift off a lot of stress and pressure off my shoulders, and I was able to relax more around that time. And honestly, you should really love yourself more and don't really put a lot of stress on you, because everyone copes depression in a different way, and a lot of people don't really cope it well. A lot of people do. I made a video before talking about what happened in my middle school year, which I would not talk about anymore on here, because I want this channel to be happy. And so back to the whole acne situation. You can honestly will see the difference if I find a picture. I stopped wearing makeup. I use proper skincare routines. You won't find your correct skincare routine until trial and errors. Just trial and errors. You will be able to find your skincare routine that you are fit for. Currently, right now, I am using Shiseido products, which the cleansing is for mainly for oily skin. I have oily skin, which causes the pimple because it clogs up all the pores. And then after that, I use the Thayer, I don't know how to pronounce that, toner, and that one really helps, kind of like dehydrates a little bit, but it also opens up. I did not pick my nose. It also opens up all the pores. And then if you guys want to put a blackhead like nose strip on, you can, but either I put a face mask on or just put my normal moisturizer on, depending on the days. I am different almost every week. But mainly I do use my moisturizer. So it takes trial and error. It took me about probably 5 years to find my correct skincare routine that actually helps me. And I wear minimum makeup now. I don't really wear a lot of makeup anymore, and you can too if you just know that you don't really need makeup, because you are beautiful. And I think everyone just needs to embrace that, which is very ironic that I'm saying this while I'm doing a quarantine get ready with me makeup video. And honestly, I just blinked. And honestly, people think they have to be like a certain person. Like, I remember back then I used to be so jealous of these girls at my school who are beautiful, like normally, naturally, but that's how the world works right now. And and we shouldn't bring each other down. We should really be helping. I just dropped a brush. We should really be helping each other right now through this pandemic, because right now there's a lot of stuff happening in 2020 and it's very toxic. Like, all I've been doing is mainly just be on the computer, Roblox. If you guys want me to make more Roblox videos, comment down below what type of games you guys will want me to play. And again, back to what I was saying, I keep sidetracking, and I'm gonna fast forward up to now. Senior year, I do still get pimples, and it's not a problem. Everyone, when I mean everyone, I mean girls at my school do get pimples. It's not a big deal. We all have different types of routines that we can do. Some people use pimple patches. Some people... Why do I keep dropping everything today? Some people just let it naturally disappear, which my skin cannot do that because I have this disease. I guess you can call it. It's like more of like a genetic disease where you sweat mainly on your hand or your feet constantly. If I can find the word, I will post it up here. But is through genetics on my mom's side, and it's not something that I like, because whenever I like move my hair out of my face and my hand contacts with the face, it does basically contact bacteria onto my face. So yeah, so senior year, it was crazy because I would have pimples like on my forehead sometimes. I would have pimples on, I had a pimple right here recently, and it was a nightmare. And you just need to go through trial and error when it comes to your face. You can use skincare routines that you think will fit for you. You can go to your doctor, mainly a dermatologist, for your pimples, and try to wear minimum makeup. Don't really put makeup on that area where the pimple is. And honestly, you probably will not get pimples by the time you are in your teenage year or in your adult year. And I recovered pretty slowly. I had suffered from acne from around 5th grade, 4th or 5th grade, up to 9th grade majorly. I still do, but you know, everyone's different. Everyone's still beautiful the way they are. And yeah, and so this is my quarantine makeup look. It kind of looks weird a little bit because of the sun kind of died down for the lighting. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys find this a little bit more helpful. If you have pimples, I will make a separate video for skincare routine. If you guys want, comment down below, give this video a like, and also don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, also my hair is blonde. Like I said in the beginning of this video, my hair is blonde, and I will be posting a video about why I dyed my hair blonde, and maybe I might lighten my hair on camera next time. So I'll see you guys next time, and I love you guys.